Good morning, my dear friends. This is the 14th Sunday of Pentecost, September the 6th. I hope that you're having a good Labor Day and staying out of crowds. Today's Communion Sunday. So today at 5 o'clock, if you go onto our YouTube channel in Skyland, you will hopefully see Pastor Dan there with his bread and his juice. So grab your bread and juice and join him at 5 o'clock. And sometimes it takes about 10 minutes to boot up, so I would recommend getting it prepared about 4:45. And it sometimes takes time to get on board there. Sunday brunch at 10 o'clock this morning, also with Pastor Dan. We have, if you want daily prayers, a guide for that, you can go to umcdiscipleship.org for prayers for change in light of our racial tensions and protest and shootings. It's a good website. The nominations committee is looking for people who are feeling led to be more involved. So if you are looking for a way that you can serve in our church, it can be a really meaningful way to connect with other brothers and sisters in Christ and to fulfill a purpose that maybe God has given you a nudge on your heart to be in ministry in some way. So call Pastor Dan, he's in charge of that committee, and talk with him about, you may not even know, but you know you want to serve in some way. So just talk with him about your gifts and your passions and let him help you to discern where you might be led to serve in ministry in our church. Pastoral Care, it has been a very busy week. If you are on the prayer chain, you're very aware of that. Again, I encourage you to be on that prayer chain so you aren't missing what's going on in our church family. I'm going to give a personal shout out to Carter Wood. Carter is at Mission. He's a doctor there, and he has taken care of some of our people this week, and I needed to connect with him about I couldn't go. We can't go see the people, or we couldn't. 2.5 may change that. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. But anyway, couldn't go over there, so I talked with Carter, and he's just a wonderful doctor there. And just shout out to all of our doctors and nurses. But Carter and his family go to our church, and I was just really thankful. Makes me think about all of you in the healthcare field within our church. Also, you teachers and children and parents, the way you are ministering to our kids for their education, we thank you and are really praying for you as well. If there's anything we can do to support you in those efforts, please call Pastor Dan or myself, and we can pray with you, or whatever ways that we can support you in these days. Layettes for Nome. This is a ministry of our United Methodist Women. Dixie Liggett is overseeing that ministry as she has for a long time. The women in the circle, in the Have a Heart Circle, are going to be at the church on Saturday, October 3rd from 11:30 to 1, and Wednesday, October 7th from 3 to 5. So those are the first two Sundays in October, or two Saturdays in October. Please go by the church on the 3rd or the 10th. And again, that's 11:30 to 1 on the 3rd, 3 to 5 on the 7th. But that information's in your newsletter. That's a really beautiful ministry, as I shared earlier. I met the minister who is actually in Nome, Alaska, and talked with him when I was in Kansas City, and he could not express how grateful he is that we get clothing for the children. He said, you have no idea, there's no clothing anywhere for hundreds of miles for our children. It's a very impoverished area with very few places to be able to serve the public. So the nurses at the hospital report that their supply of layettes are very, very low. So thank you for considering that. Also, when you're out shopping, if you will please pick up items for our blessing box. The things that we need this week include paper towels, boxed or bagged cereal, canned meats, socks, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and can openers. And we're working on a mission moment for next week, so stay tuned on that. But our blessing box is really being used. And just when you go to the grocery store, please just plug in your head blessing box and pick up something and bring it to the church and put it in the black bin that's on the ramp as you go outside of the church or when you're going into the church. Around the Sun Preschool, big news. They are going to be opening September the 21st. This is after the governor announced the moving to phase 2.5. The Around the Sun board, along with the administrative council, came to that decision, and our director Dana has been working diligently to follow the guidelines put out by the CDC and the preschool administrative boards in our state. So she is really working hard to be in compliance with all of those regulations, and the book is thick that she's been reading. So we appreciate Dana's hard work on this and pray for them as they prepare to reopen. As far as the church, small groups and otherwise reopening, our trustees are working very hard, our COVID leadership team. So we are preparing for that once we get to a place where indoor guidelines are met for that. We're looking at phase 3 for small groups to meet. Scott, the head of trustees, has put out some guidelines. If you want to know those guidelines, you can certainly call Scott Jones, our head trustee, or myself, or Dan, and we can share that document with you. We're working very hard to be safe and also to prepare to be together physically again. Wesley, shh. COVID leadership. We're continuing to receive funds from you. Thank you. And we're continuing to disperse them to people within our church and that are connected in our community. So we thank you for that. This is exciting news. 2 Sundays in a row in September, Dan and I will be meeting for some experiences with our children. On September 13th, there's going to be a drive-through for our 3rd graders to receive their Bibles. And then on September the 20th, our confirmation class is going to be joining the church from last year. So if you would like to send them cards, contact me and I can give you their names. So we thank you for thinking of the kids. We have 11 children who will be joining the church out in the courtyard with their parents and mentors. So a special occasion. If you're looking for a new small group, call me. I oversee the small group coordination, and we have about 8 groups meeting. 2 of them are new, so that's exciting news. And we're prayerful that a men's small group will reemerge. Some of those have not been able to meet due to inability to Zoom or otherwise circumstances. So we're in prayer that a men's small group will emerge. Okay, gosh, it's a lot. I think that's it for today. But please check out the newsletter for any more information. We love you. Happy Sunday. We miss you and cannot wait to get back together. So happy Labor Day weekend to you.